Welcome. This is Eve Lott, a realtor with Kingdom Premier Properties, and your host of Overcoming Fears, Dare to Dream Big. Welcome to Overcoming Fears, Dare to Dream Big, and Achieve More Goals in 2016. I'm Eve Lott, your host, a realtor with Kingdom Premier Properties, and I'm pleased to start my third video, Overcoming Fears, Dare to Dream Big, and Achieve More Goals in 2016. Today, I'm going to talk to those who are dreaming about buying a home in 2016 but can't get a loan. If that's your case, listen to this because I may have a solution for you. Is your dream home something like this, a pretty home? Well, I know that some of us have problems in the past, maybe a foreclosure, maybe a bankruptcy, maybe don't have the perfect credit, or whatever the case is. There is a solution called creative financing. And with it, you can buy your dream home without the traditional bank loan. Isn't that an exciting news? I think it is. At least for me, it is. Let's review a few of the most common creative financing techniques. One is called seller carryback, also known as owner financing or OWC, owner will carry. In this case, the seller of the property agrees to finance the property outright to you. The seller transfers the title to you in exchange for a promissory note and deed of trust for the full purchase price of the property, the most common technique. We have many of them. One of the difficulties we may encounter using this technique is that the sellers want a very large down payment, sometimes close to the 50% of the purchase price. They also want high interest rate and short-term financing. Sometimes they want like a 3-year balloon or things like that. But all this can be negotiated and have the home without going to the bank. Another technique is seller second mortgage. If you, the buyer, can obtain a loan but not for the full price of the property, sometimes a seller's second mortgage is what is needed to make the transaction possible. In this case, the bank mortgage pays the seller for the bulk of the amount owed, for example, 85%, and the seller deeds the property to the purchaser in exchange for a promissory note for the amount of the balance remaining, in this example, 15%. I used this technique before selling a mobile home. The buyer didn't qualify for the full price that I was asking for, but I offered a small note and I got the full price, which in that case worked pretty good for me. And the last one that I have for you today, lease options. A lease option allows the buyer, you, to rent the property for a given amount of time by paying an option, non-refundable amount, and with a portion of the rent credited toward the purchase price of the home. At the end of the lease, the buyer has the option to purchase the property at the amount agreed upon when the lease was created. This is a very common option that are used for realtors and brokers. If someone is a renter or is a tenant, needs to rent a home, but they can look for the home that they want to buy and start using it, living in it for a short period of time, considering that you, the tenant or the buyer, are going to have the possibility of fixing your credit or have a larger down payment in the future in order to buy the house using the traditional system of the bank. But this lease option works very good for real estate investors and is one that I think we can take a great look at it. Would you like to learn more about credit financing techniques? It may be one that fits your needs. Let's talk. You know where to find me. I'm eFloat, and you can find me on Facebook, buy or sell kingmanac.com, and my email, thismoneymatters@gmail.com, or efloat@hotmail.com. See you soon. Remember, I'm your host, eFloat Realtor. Oh, shit.